night, while the rest of the world tucked itself under heavy blankets, Arpan sat by his window. He didn't want to sleep, he wanted to soar. Above him, the velvet sky was sprinkled with silver dust, and one particular star seemed to wink just for him. Arpan knew that one day he wouldn't just look at the stars, he would touch one. Arpan's room was a workshop of dreams. His walls were covered in maps of constellations drawn in glowing ink, and his floor was hidden beneath piles of gears, silk ribbons, and old telescope lenses. He spent his afternoons sketching magnificent machines that could swim through the air like fish in a deep, blue sea. One evening, while Arpan was polishing a brass propeller, a tiny spark flew off his workbench. Instead of fading, it began to hum. It grew wings made of light and a round, friendly face. This was Vega, a mechanical firefly Arpan had accidentally brought to life with his purest wish. Vega zipped around the room, trailing stardust. "We need to go up, Vega," Arpan whispered. Together, they began to build the Starseeker. It wasn't a rocket made of cold steel, but a vessel of wicker and wonder. They used bicycle pedals for power and giant, colorful balloons filled with hopes and dreams gas to lift them toward the moon. But the sky was very, very high. One night, a gust of wind tore a hole in their blueprints, and Arpan felt a heavy weight in his chest. "Maybe the stars are too far," he sighed, sitting among his scattered tools. He looked at his hands, which were stained with grease and ink, and felt very small. Vega didn't let him stay sad for long. The little firefly landed on Arpan's shoulder and began to glow brighter than ever before. Vega pointed its tiny light toward the tallest hill in the distance. It was a reminder that every journey begins with a single step, and every star starts with a single spark. Arpan smiled and picked up his hammer. The night of the launch finally arrived. The Starseeker creaked and groaned, then gently lifted off the ground. Arpan pedaled as hard as he could, and Vega flew ahead, acting as a tiny, glowing lighthouse. They rose past the treetops, past the sleeping birds, and into the cool, quiet air. They climbed higher than the clouds, which looked like giant heaps of whipped cream in the moonlight. The air turned into a shimmering purple mist, and the stars grew larger and louder. Arpan could hear them now. They didn't twinkle. They hummed a soft, melodic tune that vibrated in his very bones. Suddenly, they were there. The star Arpan had watched from his window was right in front of them. It wasn't a ball of gas, but a crystalline flower made of pure, warm light. Arpan reached out his hand, his heart thumping like a drum. He gently brushed the petals of the star, and it felt like 1,000 warm hugs. Arpan didn't take the star. He knew it belonged to the sky. Instead, the star gifted him a single, glowing seed. As they drifted back down toward Earth, Arpan tucked the seed into a glass jar. He realized that he had reached the star, but more importantly, he had found the magic inside himself to get there.